North Korea's tallest building is a $750 million hotel, but it's never even had a single guest. Ryugyong Hotel in Pyongyang, North Korea, is the tallest unoccupied building in the world. This 105-story forgotten building reached its full height in 1992, but the inside was never finished. Now it's referred to as the Hotel of Doom, and conditions inside are so dangerous that it might never be completed. Here's everything you need to know about the world's most expensive abandoned building. When construction started on the Hotel of Doom in 1987, it was on track to be the tallest hotel in the entire world, and it hadn't quite earned its terrifying nickname yet. The 105-story building was painstakingly put together until it towered over everything around it at a remarkable 1,080 feet high. The unique building resembles a giant glass pyramid with three main sections measuring 328 feet long, joined together at 75-degree angles. While there's no doubt the Ryugyong dominates the city skyline, it had to endure a very messy road to get there, and there's still no definite finish line in sight for this forgotten building. Construction on the hotel has stopped and started several times over the past 3 decades. Originally, it was meant to open in 1989, just in time to accommodate guests at Pyongyang's 1989 World Festival of Youth and Students. Just as the festival was supposed to help the North compete with South Korea, the hotel was supposed to be a huge draw for tourists and make the country tons of money to help them support the competition, all while being taller than any hotel in the South. Sadly, money was exactly what ended up being its downfall. After pouring $4 billion into their Olympic-like festival, there wasn't enough money left to finish the hotel, and its deadline for completion was officially delayed. But that was only the first of many blunders for the ambitious project. When the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, North Korea lost its main trading partner and fell into an economic crisis. Construction continued slowly on the outside of the building until it reached its full height in 1992. But by then, there was no money left to sink into the project. A crane was abandoned on top of the building, and it was completely forgotten, even though more than $750 million had already been spent trying to make the dream hotel into a reality. That's exactly what the hotel was meant to be, a dream accommodation with luxury services and stunning views of the entire city. But to earn a nickname like Hotel of Doom, you've got to either be epic, dangerous, or maybe a little bit depressing, and in the Ryugyong's case, it's a bit of all three. Let's start with what's epic. The very top of the building, which is 8 stories and shaped like a cone, was supposed to feature high-class revolving restaurants to support the hotel's guests and its more than 3,000 planned rooms. While most compare it to a pyramid, it's actually meant to look like a mountain. Mountains have sacred meaning in Korea because their very high peaks are supposed to be the best place for enlightenment and spiritual experience. But no one's ever really been able to enjoy this man-made mountain peak or take in the stunning views offered by the revolving restaurants. Here's the dangerous part. The massive hotel is made of reinforced concrete rather than steel, which is fairly unusual for a skyscraper. North Korea is more familiar with concrete construction and applied it to this massive project as well, but it comes with its fair share of issues. Concrete is much heavier, and in the past few years, many experts have viewed the building as too dangerous to ever be completed. That brings us to the depressing part. The Hotel of Doom could actually fall apart if construction wasn't properly updated, which has kept those interested in furthering the project from wanting to funnel millions more into finally completing it. They might not have to tear the building down or anything, but modern improvements would definitely be necessary to make it habitable. However, having a huge forgotten building is a bit of an embarrassment, so North Korea isn't ready to give up completely, even if the road won't be easy. The country spent some time trying to erase their mistakes. They used to literally airbrush the building out of photos. But 16 years after abandoning the project, they decided to finally see what they could do with their signature skyscraper. An Egyptian contractor, the ORASCOM Group, took over the project and finally revived construction in 2008. They decided to start with completing the building's exterior and installed expensive glass panels over its entire surface, glazing them with a covering to give the building a more polished and sleek appearance. The project cost $180 million and also outfitted the building with 100,000 LED screens. ORASCOM hoped to finish the building by 2012, but after doing the outside, it seemed like it was time to give up again. The hotel was more attractive, sure, but the inside was still a desolate wasteland, and nobody had the time or money to spare for a project that big. That doesn't mean they haven't found some use for the building, but it's been more of a backdrop or giant billboard and hasn't had the chance to live up to its incredible potential as an actual hotel. The side of the building that's been outfitted with LED screens has recently been used for propaganda light shows. In 2018, lighting designer Kim Yong II created a light show of political slogans and party symbols that played on the building's surface for several hours every night. The building has also been a focal point during fireworks shows. When Pyongyang celebrated May Day in 2009, there was a grand fireworks display just beyond the hotel. Its other uses include a setting for artistic performances and photographs. But despite not being anywhere near finished, the Hotel of Doom still has a reputation to uphold. It's estimated the building still draws about 100,000 tourists every year, and we're doing a video about it, so even unfinished, you can't deny it's a point of interest around the world. Getting that many tourists and Google searches every year when you're still just a shell of a building? Alright, that's pretty impressive. But now that we're invested, we can't help but hope one day Ryugyong lives up to its potential. Do you think it'll ever live out its hotel dreams? Or had it just been destined to be doomed since 1987? Let's do a rundown of all the most recent developments in the Hotel of Doom's construction timeline to see just how likely it is that a guest might one day stay in this forsaken skyscraper. In 2012, a German company called Kempinski Hotels SA announced it would open a 150-room hotel at the very top of the skyscraper. The plans were later scrapped because of, you guessed it, money. But then in 2014, construction on the road leading to the hotel was finished, fueling new rumors that it could finally be opening. In July of 2017, Pyongyang took the walls surrounding the building down, unveiling walkways that go right up to the door of the hotel and igniting those rumors once again. There was also a new sign spotted going up outside the hotel in 2018. But all of these hints at the hotel finally being completed don't even give us an update on whether or not anything has been done inside, which is the most important part. Rare photographs of the hotel's interior revealed that inside, it's still very much a hollow shell. The building itself still doesn't have electricity, and very few contractors have even been inside to scope out the place and see what could be done with it. Looks like we've got to face it. The Hotel of Doom is still a mystery. They haven't given up, but North Korea isn't exactly charging forward with plans to complete the project either. It's a shame since so much work and almost $1 billion has gone into the building's design and appearance. But we all know it's not just what's on the outside that counts. The LED lights and new signs suggest that the building might be abandoned, but it refuses to be forgotten. And if you were over 1,000 feet tall and standing in the middle of a city, it'd probably be pretty hard to forget you too. The Hotel of Doom might be dark and depressing on the inside, but this is the hotel that could. And it still might. There might be a bit of hope for the Hotel of Doom, but estimates suggest it would cost more than $2 billion to complete the project now. Do you think it's worth it? Because we're not so sure. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.